Chapter 10 Cyber Threats. Inside the chapter, Cybercrime. Cybercrimes against an individual person. Cybercrimes against property. Cybercrimes against organization/society. Cybersecurity. In this digital age, every person is acquiring the facilities administered by the computers, other digital devices and internet. The development in the technological world has made our lives much easier than early times. The people from any part of the world communicate with each other as if they are sitting next to each other. The main link behind this communication or connecting the world as one is the internet. It helps in online shopping, online banking, playing games, booking tickets, storing data on a cloud, e-chatting and many more. Here, one thing that is to be noticed that all the data related to anything is stored through the means of networks. In addition to this, it has made our day-to-day needs so easy that we all rely on the internet. Everything is done with the help of internet, but there are various types of challenges and threats linked with the usage of these networks and are called cybercrimes. Cybercrime. Cybercrime, also referred as computer crime, is a type of crime in which computer is an object or used a tool to commit an offense. The main motive behind this is to intentionally harm the fame of a person or loss in the organization using mode called internet. This crime includes online bank information theft, identity theft, online predatory crimes, and unauthorized computer access. The theft of credit card details through fake phone calls, stealing of ID and password to send fake mails with false information in it, extracting mobile phone contacts and harassing the other person by sending threatening messages. All these come under the jurisdiction of Indian Penal Code (IPC). The person who commits any of these cyber offenses is called a cyber criminal. Cybercrimes is divided into three broad categories: crime against an individual person, crime against property, crime against organization society. Cybercrimes against an individual person. The crimes against people are the offenses which usually involve bodily harm, the threat of bodily harm, or other actions committed against the will of an individual. There are certain offenses which affect the personality of individuals can be defined as email spoofing. Email spoofing is a technique of creating of email messages with a forged sender address. A spoofed email is one in which header of the email is forged so that the mail is originated from one source but actually sent from another source. SMS spoofing. In SMS spoofing, an offender steals the identity of another person in the form of mobile phone number and sends the messages through internet. The receiver gets the SMS from the mobile phone number of a victim. Carding. Carding is a type of crime usually done by the criminals to withdraw the money with the help of ATM cards, debit credit cards from the sufferer's bank account in order to fulfill their monetary needs. The people who are involved in this type of fraud are called carders. Defamation. This involves a person who intentionally lower downs the prestige or self-respect of a person by hacking his/her email account and sending mails, including messages with obscene language, to an unknown person's mail account. Cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is also referred as internet stalking, e-stalking, or online stalking. It is a criminal offense in which an individual intentionally harass or threatens someone using internet. A stalker can be an online stranger or a person known to the victim. A cyber stalker can harass the person by posting false information about him, damage the computer by sending viruses, threaten him or his family, and many more other activities. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is also known as cyber harassment or online bullying. It is a criminal offense when someone bully or harass others through digital communication tools on social media sites. This includes insulting remarks and threatening messages sent by email, posting embarrassing photos and videos to hurt the person, spreading rumors about the person on social networking sites, etc. The most common places where cyberbullying occurs are email, social media such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. SMS, short message service sent through devices. Instant message via devices, email provider services, apps, and social media messaging platforms. Cybercrimes against property. The crimes against property are the offenses in which a person steals others' property with the help of technological devices. As in real life, stealing or robbing of one's property is heard. The same way a person looks for an opportunity to steal or rob via internet in cyber world as well. They can misuse the personal bank details or credit cards of a person for withdrawing money. Moreover, they are in a chance to spoil others' system for acquiring the access. Following are the certain types of cybercrimes against property of an individual. Phishing. It is a type of cyber attack used to steal the login credentials and credit card numbers of a person. It occurs when an attacker pretends to be a trusted identity and convinces a victim to open an email account or text messages. The victim is convinced to click on a link or download an attachment. Sometimes a user is asked to validate his details on a website like username, password, credit card details, etc. This is the way in which an operator of a fake website gets the details of a person in order to commit a crime. Identity theft. Identity theft, also known as identity fraud, is a cybercrime in which an imposter obtains the personal or financial information of an individual in order to make transactions or purchases in the name of the victim. The stolen information generally includes the person's name, date of birth, account number, credit/debit card number, ATM PIN, etc. Identity theft is categorized in two ways. True name. It means the thief uses the personal information to open a new account. The person might open a new credit card account to access or can open a new checking account for attaining blank checks. It is basically a worm that infects a computer, and after accomplishing the task, it moves to another computer through network. Hence, the whole network system is affected. These viruses spread through a LAN local area network or through the internet. Examples are Jerusalem, Nimda, SQL Slammer, etc. Multipartite virus. Multipartite virus have a dual personality. It is a combination of boot sector and program file virus that affects the computer system simultaneously. This virus is more dangerous as it affects the boot sector and program files at the same time. The virus entered through some infected media, gets active while booting and starts infecting other files on the disk. Examples are Invader, Flip, Ghostball, Tequila, etc. Polymorphic virus. These are the complex file infectors that make changes in it with different forms whenever attacking on a file or program. The binary pattern is changed to avoid the detection by any antivirus program. These types of viruses are more difficult to detect. Examples are Elkon, Marburg, Sternberg, etc. Magrovirus. A magrovirus is associated with application software like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. It infects a software program and causes a series of actions to run automatically when the program or file is opened. When an infected document is opened, the virus gets loaded into the memory, resulting in destruction of data stored in the hard disk. Once a magrovirus gets active on your computer, every document you produce will become infected. A magrovirus subsequently releases a chain of events in conjunction with the application. Examples are Melissa, Relax, Babblers, etc. Directory virus. When a file is executed which contains directory virus, the virus is also executed unknowingly, which changes the path that indicates the location of a file. It becomes impossible to locate the original files. Hacking. Hacking refers to unauthorized invasion into a computer or a network. The people who are engaged in hacking activities are called as hackers. Hackers write or use ready-made programs to attack the target computer. Hackers have an unauthorized access to a computer or a network system in order to perform illegal actions for their benefits. Sometimes they do for enjoyment, but some do for their monetary gains, like stealing personal information, credit card details of an individual to transfer the money to their accounts. Hackers also attacks on social networking sites to collect the sensitive information of an individual and defaming the image of that person. Child pornography. Child pornography is a form of child sexual exploitation. The computer network is a channel through which anyone can access anything from the internet. This greatly has a bad effect on the underage children as they are habitual to access of internet. Some people, pedophiles, use internet in excess to abuse children sexually. Cyber vandalism. Cyber vandalism or computer vandalism is an act of damaging someone's data from the computer in order to destroy victim's business or his image in the society. The people who do this kind of act are called cyber vandals. It involves adverse actions like physical harm to a computer or any of its parts, putting a malware on a computer that erases the data from the system or strips sensitive information. It also involves editing of online content which can lead to defaming of a website or a business. For instance, Wikipedia is one of the famous sites and is prone to potential damage of content as anyone can edit the site. Forgery. The crime of forgery refers to the making of a fake document, the modification of an existing document, or the unauthorized signing of a signature without authorization. The documents include birth certificate, driving license, checkbook, currency note, passport, mark sheets, postage, revenue stamps, etc. There are special devices or software programs that are used to create false documents to commit an unlawful. Cyber extortion. Cyber extortion is a crime involving an attack or threat of an attack with a demand for money or some other response in order to stop or remediating the attack. Cyber extortionists may threaten to harm the person, his property, or his reputation if he does not comply with their demands. It can be done by blocking the system of a person and asks for money. Hacked emails are one of the modes to commit this criminal act. The person is forced by the criminal to install the malware by clicking on some links in the fake false emails for their monetary benefits. Cyber terrorism. It is an act of terrorism done with the help of computers and the internet. The Internet has allowed for a vast exchange of information and hence created a cyberspace in which both criminals and terrorists can implement attacks communications. This act of crime causes large destruction of computers, networks, or other systems to harm the government and its people in order to fulfill some of the social, religious, or political objectives. Cyber squatting. Cyber squatting is an act of registering, selling, or using a domain name with the intent of profiting from the goodwill of someone else's trademark. The people who are engaged with these types of activities are called as cyber squatters. Fact file. Farming has been called fishing without a lure. Fact file. The term computer virus was first formally defined by Fred Cohen in 1983. Fact file. The first known computer virus was developed in 1971 by Robert Thomas, an engineer at BBN Technologies, known as the Creeper virus. Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a set of preventive methods used for protecting computers, networks, programs, and data from unauthorized access or cyber attacks. The core functionality of cybersecurity is the safety of the systems and networks around the globe. Following are the methods to protect systems from cyber threats. Antivirus is a computer program used for scanning, preventing, and removing viruses from a computer. As there are plenty of antivirus programs, but their primary focus is to protect computer from viruses and remove them from the computer. Following are the basic functions performed by an antivirus program. It scans the whole computer system for finding malicious software. It allows users to automatically run the scheduled scans or initiate new scan at any time. It identifies suspicious behavior of any computer program. It scans incoming emails which might contain virus in the attachment. Roles performed by an antivirus program. Full system scans. It aims at detection and cleanup of all sorts of viruses, resulting in improved computer's performance and data backup. It is mainly done when a new antivirus program is installed or when upgraded to a newer version. Custom scans. These types of scans are performed as per the requirement of the user. This scan is mainly performed on a particular file or folder in the computer system. Virus definition. The detection of malware is dependent on virus definitions provided by antivirus programs. The latest updates are installed at regular interval of time when connected to Internet for the protection of a system. Actions taken by antivirus. Antivirus performs 3 types of actions when a virus is detected. These are: repair it. In this, the detected virus is removed from the infected file. Delete it. The infected file is also deleted with the virus as it cannot be separated from the virus. Quarantine it. When antivirus program is not sure about the infected file, it isolates the infected files out. Hence, the virus does not affect the system. Different types of antivirus software. Norton antivirus software. It is one of the most popular antivirus software. Its speciality is that it updates every 5 to 15 minutes to make your system up to date. These are the programs which search the system regularly and deletes the viruses if found. Most of the people use this software by paying annual subscription fee. McAfee Virus Scan Plus. It is another type of software that protects your computer from viruses and spyware. It is also a popular antivirus program that helps the organizations to mark their names for good security in the society. It also consists of a firewall that helps in preventing the system from hacker attacks. AVG Antivirus. It is a unique software program that is easily available for free on the internet. Moreover, it is directly downloaded from the internet with ease. It includes both antivirus and anti-spyware capabilities and scans all the files in the system at regular time intervals. In addition, it has the ability to quarantine virus files so that they are checked and deleted before any harmful action occurs. Bitdefender Antivirus. It is an antivirus software program that protects the systems from viruses, spyware, rootkits. It also offers anti-phishing help, which is an advantage. This software costs only $29.99 annually and can be used on up to 3 computers. Firewalls. Firewall is a network security system that protects the computer system from unauthorized access coming from a network or the internet. It monitors the incoming and outgoing of network traffic and decides to allow or block specific traffic based on a set of security rules. It mainly establishes a barrier between a trusted network and non-trusted network. The firewalls can be either hardware or software or a combination of both. It is implemented on the gateway with a specific set of rules defined by the user or network administrator. Encryption software. Data privacy can be lost while transferring data over the network. The data can be protected from an unauthorized access with the help of a technique called encryption. It is a process of converting data into a form that cannot be easily understood by anyone. The software that helps in encrypting and decrypting of the data on the network is called encryption software. The encrypted text on the network is called ciphertext. The process of decrypting an encrypted message with the same software on the receiver's side in order to read it is known as decryption. This means decryption recovers the original message transmitted over the network. Fact file. No antivirus program is 100% effective. Types of encryption methods. A. Public key encryption as asymmetric encryption. In this method, the sender will unlock the box and send the data by converting the plain text into encrypted text, ciphertext with the help of public key. On the other hand, the receiver receives the encrypted data and can decrypt the data with the help of matching private key. Private key encryption symmetric encryption. In this method, the sender sends the data by converting the plain text into ciphertext with the help of same private secret key. On the other side, the receiver has the same private key and can decrypt the data by using it. Fact file. The term biometrics is derived from the Greek words bio, meaning life, and metric, meaning biometrics. It is the safest method of providing authorized access to an individual. It is a technological and scientific authentication with which a person is verified on the basis of his/her unique biological or physical characteristics. A person is identified through his retinal scan, fingerprints, thumb impression, image recognition, etc. Biometric systems have a sensor inside it which grabs the data, converts it into digital form with the help of software and saves it in the database. When a person tries to access a system, the data input is matched with the saved data. If it matches, the person has the rights to access the system. Backups. Backup refers to a process of copying files to a secondary place for preservation in case of any failure in the system. These duplicate files are called backups and can be retrieved if there is any loss. Backup and recovery of a file works simultaneously. The process of retrieving backed up data files is known as file restoration. It is always advisable to have a backup of your files so that they can be recovered when required. Passwords. Passwords are used to provide authorized access or approval for an access to a system. Passwords are a combination of characters, numbers, and special symbols used by an individual for gaining access to a computer system. The passwords are shown as asterisks so that other users cannot recognize it. Strong passwords should be used in order to protect the data in the system. Cookies. A cookie is a small amount of data stored in a text file. It is generated by a website and saved by the web browser. These files can be saved temporarily and permanently on the hard disk. The main purpose of a cookie is to remember information about you, recognize you, and keep track of your preferences. The cookies are created when a user marks a check on a checkbox saying that "Remember me" on this computer. Each time the user revisits the same website, only password is required to be entered for successful login. Browser cookies are of two types. Session cookies. Session cookies are temporary and are deleted when the browser is closed. These types of cookies are used in e-commerce websites. Persistent cookies. These are designed to store data for an extended period of time. It is created with an expiration date. When it reaches its expiration date, the cookie is automatically deleted from the system. Note: it is advisable to delete cookies periodically so that hackers do not gain access to it. For attaining users' sensitive information on the network. Recap Corner. Cybercrime is an act done by cybercriminals on the Internet. Cybercrime can be done against an individual, property, or organization's society. Cyberbullying is a criminal offense when someone harasses others through digital tools on social media sites. Hackers have an unauthorized access to a computer or a network system in order to perform illegal actions. All computer viruses are man-made. Antivirus is a computer program used to remove viruses from a computer. Cybersecurity adopts preventive measures to protect computers on the network. The backup of a file is always useful in case of any failure in the system.